In this segment, we're going to go over 4 or 5 different things that are super important that you check before you get out there and start riding. First things first, let's check the tire pressure. Both tires need to be within the recommended range. You can vary a few pounds here or there depending on the conditions of the ground. If the ground's soft, you can run softer tire pressure. If the ground's hard, you want to run harder tire pressure, and that's to avoid getting flats. Next item of importance is engine oil. Without the proper amount of engine oil in your engine, obviously you could have some problems, and we certainly don't want that. So best thing to do is start your bike up, let it run for a couple minutes so that the oil kind of circulates around, and then turn the bike off. And you just take, I got a little napkin here, you take the fill plug, you back it out and wipe it so we can get a clean read. Then we're going to reinsert it into the oil fill hole. We're going to screw it in and back it out. We're going to take a look at it. As you can see, this thing's right within the perfect place that you want your oil to be. Next thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that our chain is adjusted properly. A properly adjusted chain is paramount in the fact that that's what attaches the motor to the drivetrain. The typical rule of thumb is 2 to 3 fingers of slack between the chain and the swing arm. So as you can see here, we've got plenty of slack, almost perfect. So it doesn't need to be adjusted. If in fact it does need to be adjusted, in another segment we will show you exactly how to do that. The one thing though you want to do when you're at the track is you want to apply some additional chain lube. Get something that's exclusive for off-road. So when you go to buy chain lube at your motorcycle store, they typically will have on-road and off-road. You want to buy the off-road stuff because it tends to be a little tackier and it sticks to the chain better. The best place to lube your chain is right outside the countershaft sprocket, which is behind this cover. So what you'll want to do is with the bike up on the stand, you'll want to get over here and you'll want to spin the wheel and apply the chain lube. You might ask, why there? Why not like back on the rear sprocket? Well, the reason for doing it there is because you're going to get better coverage there, and you're not going to take a risk of getting chain lube on the disc brake, which is definitely something you do not want to do. So you want to make sure that when you apply chain lube, you apply it somewhere where it's not going to get on the brakes. Okay, on to the next thing. So your front forks have a combination of oil and springs, and unfortunately a little bit of air is captured inside these. So the forks work way better when you remove the air. So fortunately the Denagos come with bleed screws on the forks. So all you need to do is just get in here, take your flat blade screwdriver and put it into the bleed screw, turn the bleed screw out, and most of the time you're going to find, especially if you've been riding it and storing it for any period of time, you will have some air that will come out. In this particular case, not much, so we're good to go. So now we can screw that back in. We know we've got no air in there. And then we're going to do the exact same thing on the other fork. These have O-rings on them, so you want to make sure you're careful with the O-rings so that you don't tear them. Just get them back into the forks, and they'll thread in real nicely, and you'll feel when they are tight. You want to make sure these are pretty tight because, again, you don't want air to get in there when you're riding them. Regarding fuel, there's 2 things that control the fuel flow to the engine. One, of course, is the actual gas tank. So you want to make sure that you fill your bike up before you come out to the track or to the riding area. But still you want to do a visual check. So you take the cap off. Yeah, this one's completely full. So we're good to go there. And then the other thing that you want to make sure is you take the petcock, which allows the fuel to flow from the tank to the carburetor, and make sure that you take it from the off position ultimately to the on position.